The Manchu Eagle Murder Caper Mystery is a 1975 film directed by Dean Hargrove. It's written by Hargrove and Gabriel Dell, and we have a cast including Gabriel Dell and also Nicholas Colasanto as a character called Bert, who is behind a bar, which I just absolutely love. It's because of Colasanto that I became aware of this film. I'm watching all of the feature films of the Cheers cast. Colasanto, of course, played Coach, and that's why it's pretty awesome that he's behind a bar in this. And I read the description for this and thought, this sounds different, and I'm pleased to say that I enjoyed it, but it's not the kind of film I could watch often. I think because it's different to what I usually go for, it was an interesting enough experience. It's not a bad film. I will read the description from IMDb and then talk a little bit around it, but I won't go into too much detail, and I certainly won't spoil anything. IMDb, and this is all I had going into it, IMDb says, a chicken hatchery owner and novice private eye tries to solve the arrow murder of local milkman, philanderer, and animal fetishist. That sounded like an interesting narrative, and I'm pleased to say it is quite fun. It's definitely not what I was expecting. Not that I knew what I was expecting, but I think basically Colasanto did a lot of very gritty films, so I was expecting something that took itself a little bit more seriously, and that's not to say it's not well put together, but it definitely was a lot more silly and funny than I was expecting, and I thought it worked quite well. I wasn't really that bothered about the specifics of the narrative. I wasn't that concerned about solving the mystery. Obviously, a tiny part of me hoped that we got all of the right answers, and I won't go into any detail about that, of course, I won't give it away, but in general, I wasn't that invested in the story itself, but I did like the characters. I did like Malcolm, Gabriel Dell's character, and we have an adorable dog as well. There is such a beautiful dog in this. I think the dog was called Winston, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Winston. Winston actually has an IMDb page. Has Winston done anything else? Yes, Winston appeared in Phantasm Comes Again, which I hadn't heard of, a 1977 film. Absolutely beautiful dog. And yeah, it worked quite well. The narrative was interesting enough. Maybe for me, not the most fascinating story, but the comedy was definitely there. The characters are interesting enough. The performances are really good. And it's visually absolutely gorgeous. According to IMDb, nope, I can't finish that sentence. I was looking to see where it was filmed. I don't know where it's filmed, but we have some gorgeous outdoor scenes. And ultimately, I can't really complain. I thought it was pretty good. As I said, it's not the kind of film I could watch again and again. I definitely don't think it's a story that would appeal to me, or a style of film that would appeal to me multiple times over. But as something a little bit different, then yeah, I was happy enough to watch it, and ultimately, I'd say that it's not a bad film. Colasanto was in it a little bit, and as I said, I took great delight in the fact that he was behind a bar. This predates Cheers, of course, but I rather enjoyed that quite a lot. Do I recommend it? Sure. If you're looking for something that's a little silly, a little fun, a little funny, with some great performances, an okay narrative, and some really good characters as well, then I'd say The Manchu Eagle Murder Caper Mystery might be one that's worth checking out.